A 33-day house deal in Calgary led to a big tax bill. A closer look at the bank deposits changed part of that bill. Here's what the judge relied on and what you can do differently. Hi, I'm Amandeep Singh, CPA at Cloudiver CPAs in Burnaby. Let's walk through the story of Kabir Chima versus the King, 2024 Tax Court of Canada in plain English. Kabir was a real estate associate. In 2016, he bought a house on Falcon Bridge Drive and sold it 33 days later. Years later, the CRA reassessed his 2016 return and added $133,000 to income, about $73,000 from the quick flip of the property, about $60,000 from a bank deposit review where auditors list deposits and ask you to explain them. Kabir appealed. The court looked at two things. Could the CRA reassess that old year, and were those numbers right? First, the property. Kabir said the gain should be smaller and pointed to two referral fee payments totaling $60,000 as selling cost. The problem was the paperwork. The documents were unclear and incomplete. Parts read like loans, parts like commissions. No other witnesses came to explain the deals. Add to that the short hold, fast renovations on both floors, and a timeline that did not look like a long-term rental plan. With that record, the judge treated the sale as a profit-making deal and did not allow those extra selling costs. Now, let's focus on the bank deposits. CRA focused on Kabir's main BMO account and marked certain deposits as unidentified income. Kabir said some were transfers from his other accounts and some were from third parties. The judge worked through them one by one. Many deposits were Kabir's own checks, moving money between his own accounts. To remove those from income, you must show statements from the other account and trace where that money started. Without that trail, the judge kept them in income. Two third-party items stood out. A $5,000 check was clearly on CRA's list of unidentified deposits and it was taken off. Another was a $14,000 check from a numbered Alberta Limited Company. The schedules were messy, but the judge compared dates and amounts and saw that $17,000 deposit likely included that $14,000 check. That amount was also taken off. Now, those two items total $19,000. So the unreported income part dropped from $60,000 to $41,000, and the overall reassessment fell from $133,000 to $114,000. The judge allowed the appeal only to make that single change. What helped the judge decide? You see, clear facts around the property, that is a 33-day hold, rapid renovations, and no solid evidence of a true rental plan. Weak support for the large referral fees, unclear documents, and no witness to confirm what those payments really were. Careful matching of checks to deposits, solid dates and amounts led to two specific reductions, $5,000 and $14,000, because they lined up on paper. Now, what can business owners and landlords learn from this? Short holds like flips, if your goal is to rent, prove this with ads, lease efforts, financing that fits rentals, and a timeline that makes sense. And if you pay commissions or referral fees, document them clearly. Written agreements, invoices, and payment trails that match. For bank deposit reviews, please build a deposit log, and for each deposit, show the source and include statements from any account the money came from. Transfer is not enough to trace it back to a non-taxable resource or to already reported income. In quote numbers when the paperwork is clean and consistent. At Cloudiverse CPAs in Burnaby, we act like your Google Maps for your income tax. We plan the route before you start For property deals, we create an intent memo, set up rental or resale evidence, and align contracts with your tax story. For banking, we prepare a deposit by deposit tracker with statements, contracts, and notes so every dollar has a clear source. If CRA is already reviewing you, we reconcile their list to your records and respond with the same kind of evidence which professional tax accountants do. If this sounds complex, that's okay. With the right map, the path is clear, and that's what we bring to the table. Thanks for watching.